Hello, this is Joe83, and this is another episode of my Sauber career mode, Salvaging Sauber, and it is, we've got Chris here giving me some information on upgrades. I think it's a comparison with 3 of the other teams. We put an upgrade on a few races ago, and as you can see, so did McLaren, and so did basically everyone else, apart from Haas, so that's not gone very well for us, so we're still as slow compared to all of them as we used to be, but the Russian Grand Prix, it's a track which I pretty much hate, I'm going to be honest, but it's just, I don't find it very satisfying to drive at all. So it might be a bit of a grind this weekend, but let's go straight onto practice programs. And the track translation, it looks like basically a fully purple apart from that one corner in the middle sector, and that's going to easily give us enough the purple score for the program. But I actually missed the apex massively, that second last corner as well. And coming around the final corner now, and it's going to be almost a full purple, but it gets easily the purple score. And now onto the what is this, average tyre? This is tyre wear test, and you could just see my engine. It's looking reasonably quite like a Honda engine at the minute, as I lock up massively into that corner and lose all of the tyre wear and all of the time on the Delta, so that hasn't gone very well. So that was a fail for the tyre wear test, unfortunately. But then the fuel saving one, we've got, I believe, a Ferrari right behind me with Raikkonen, so that's not gone very well. But the Delta, and we've got the fuel and the green score. I can't really get anywhere near a purple score in any of these tests at the minute, but we've got green quite there quite well. But now onto the target, like the race strategy, and Ocon has overtaken me and has completely blocked me. And that has basically ruined my lap, which is unfortunate because that would have been enough to get the purple score, but then because he broke the flow, it means that I've got to do an extra 2 laps rather than just an extra 1 because the bonus you get for chaining laps. So as you can see, onto the final lap of the session, and it's going to be easily over the Delta, so that's going to give us another purple score on the race strategy, and yes it is. And my engine really wasn't doing very well, but now we're going to get and change the engine just after I've done most of the practice programs, apart from the qualifying pace. We changed the ICE and the MGUK and the MGH for they are orange, and one of the other components, the turbocharger, wasn't very good either, but it was only yellow, so I thought I could make it through this race on that old turbo just because like we might as well. There's not much point changing it yet. It's on 72, which is a bit risk, but with this engine, there's only 4 engine parts got to do the whole season, and this is only round 4. I'm already having to change them, and there's 20 rounds, so it might not end up very well. I might have some grid penalties later in the season, but this is the practice 2 now, and onto the qualifying pace test, and it looks like I'm going to beat the time reasonably comfortably by a tenth, just over a tenth, sliding across the line, and that actually puts my target time in 17th, which would be pretty good because that means I'm ahead of both McLarens, I'm assuming as well. But on to qualifying Q1. And hopefully I can out-qualify Verline, which is my primary aim, and then maybe challenge the McLarens as well if it's a very good lap. But now onto my first lap, Raikkonen is set at 1:35.6, and I'm coming around the final few corners. We're not going to be anywhere near Raikkonen, as the Sauber is at least 3.5 seconds slower than Raikkonen, basically whatever track it is. And Russia's one of my least favourites, as I said, so even coming around the final quarter, and it is going to be a 38.3, which is, yeah, it's alright. It's ahead of Alonso at the minute, and my team at Verline. And I believe Van Dorn as well. So the second lap, with only 4 minutes left in the session, we're improving not very much, but not yet, very, very small amount of improvement, 200ths of a second, and that leaves me in 17th. And unfortunately, once again, I bottled it, and I didn't have enough time to go back out again, so I was 17th at the end of the session there. So where did it leave me in Q1? Oh, last, brilliant. So I was 17th, but Alonso, Van Dorn and Verline all improved, and unfortunately I am not too far off them, but not very close either. So last place on the grid for I think the 3rd time this season, but now starting grid, Valtteri Bottas on pole, this fellow Finn Raikkonen in second, and I'll leave Crofty to take you down the rest of the grid.
The rest of the grid we have Hamilton, Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel and Massa, Verstappen, Perez, Stroll and Kevin Magnussen, Palmer, Ocon, Carlos Sainz and Grosjean, Kvyat, Hulkenberg, Fernando Alonso and Stoffel Van Dorn, Verline, and a Sauber rounds off the grid.
So on to race strategy then, as usual with Russia, it is quite and with every track on this game it seems, it's quite a straightforward one-stop strategy. Ultra soft onto super soft, I've put a bit of fuel in the car. Now on to the 5 red lights for the Russian Grand Prix. And it is lights out, there we go, very, very short hold there, but I've got a decent start, a lot of wheel spin, Hulkenberg's bogged down, Verline's around the outside of Van Dorn and Hulkenberg now, and we're going to try and take advantage, take a wide line to try and get the switch back on the very small turn 1 and the kink of turn 1. Now into turn 2, we're past Van Dorn already, diving on the inside of Hulkenberg, Verline and loads of other cars as well, up into 14th, maybe even 13th is Ocon, with banging wheels with right now. And Ocon, the Frenchman, is going to hold it up the inside of turn 3, which is almost like it's 180 degrees basically, and it's a massive circle basically. So yeah, we dive up the inside of turn 4 though, famously where Raikkonen took out Bottas in 2015, and that actually allowed a Force India of Perez to get a podium, but battling a Force India here of Ocon, and diving up the inside. A lot of twitching on the braking, I'm not quite sure why, but this Sauber really isn't feeling very comfortable at the minute, as we're pushing it reasonably hard, but Ocon tries to squeeze me into a wall with diving up the inside once again, and we've just about forced him over the curb and take 13th place off of Esteban Ocon. And now down the back straight in lap 1, we're going to accidentally dive it up the inside of Sainz. We've cut the corner just to try and avoid him, but luckily I didn't get an illegal overtake, so I'm going to take it and move up into 12th place on Carlos Sainz. So a bit cheeky there, but I'll take it anyway. And now I'm right at the back of Kevin Magnussen and Jolyon Palmer, who's currently in the points, which is I think is a surprise to everyone. And can we apply the pressure to Kevin Magnussen now and down onto lap 2 a lap later, and through the very, very tight final sector here. It's quite a good part for me. This is the one part I actually do like of Russia, and right behind Magnussen now. And can we get the DRS open, because it will be lap 3. I'm not sure if the activation of the detection line is before the finish line or not, but anyway, we'll move on, get into slipstream anyway. Stroll is just ahead, so Magnussen will have DRS as well. Yes, we do. And getting a slipstream, okay, Magnussen, maybe even Lance Stroll as well, so because he's not too far ahead. I think Palmer's in 9th, I don't know what's going on. But we're going to go diving up the inside of turn 2 into the curb and over the curb and take 11th place off of Kevin Magnussen in the Haas, the Dane in the Haas. And now a lap later, Lance Stroll is the next car ahead of me, but I've actually locked up, gone a bit wide over the curb, lost the back end slightly, and Magnussen's going to go up the inside, and it's going to be side by side through the middle sector, and Magnussen holds it there, and he's going to force me on the curb almost, and he gets a very good run in his Haas with the higher grip than in my Sauber, and he's taken my position up into, I think, 11th place again, so we're down to 12th, but you can already see my turbocharger is orange on lap 5, so that might be one to keep an eye on. But Sainz has gone around my outside now, and I'm going to dive it back up the inside. I'm going to try anyway, and we lock up the front right, turn in very, very well timed there, and force him over, pinch him on the apex, and get a bit oversteer. But we've taken back 12th place, and now there's a yellow flag ahead. Not quite sure what this is, but I think there's a car going slowly on the right hand side. Who is that then? And we're going to take 11th place from Daniel Ricciardo, and he's got a puncture. So as we saw with Hamilton in China, the AI just get seemingly random punctures, and that is a bit odd. But now on to lap 8, we're still training the like everyone in the grid basically behind me. So Sainz, I believe the train goes down to about 15th or 16th place, but Sainz is going to go up the inside, and we're going to brake later then and try and hold it right on the outside, swing it around, and masses out the race from behind me. So that's not going to give me a position, unfortunately. The safety car's out, so that will benefit me. I think it'll close up the gaps anyway, and we're going to pit on the end of lap 8. I think Verline, my teammate, pitted the lap before, so lucky for him as well, as the safety car is pretty well timed. There's none of the AI pitting for some reason. So I'm in the pits onto a set of super softs or softs. I can't quite remember, but it is close to my pit window anyway, so I think it'll be super softs. And there's another car in the pits actually ahead. Not quite sure who that is, but I don't know, to be honest. But now into the pit box. Hopefully I don't bottle it like I did last time in the pits. And I get an achievement called Jeff Knows Best, but they spelt Jeff wrong. And now going past me is Stoffel Van Dorn on the ultra soft tyres, who had dropped back quite a lot, I think. Oh, it might be Ricciardo actually, who is a lap down. And yep, onto lap 9, we're onto super soft tyres, and onto the safety car. We are now effectively last, but Verline's overtaken me in the safety car, which is a little bit annoying, because I now can't take it back for some reason. So Sauber civil war almost, but it hasn't got that extreme yet. But now safety car is coming in, and we're 18th place, and all the AI cars haven't pitted, so effectively we're in a net 1-2, me and Verline at the minute, so that is one to savour for the moment. Ricciardo dives up the inside of Verline for some reason, even though he's a lap down. So am I going to dive up the inside of Verline into the final corner. And we're up into, well, we're side by side with Verline rather, down for battling for 16th. Verline's got a much better run with the wider line he took. And now Ricciardo, who's a lap down, just get out of the way, mate. Come on, like, let us battle. We're Saubers. Just get out of the way. You're a lap down. You've got no chance of scoring, really. And we're going to dive up the inside of Verline. He's weaving around a little bit, but dive it down the inside of turn 2 and force him out and take back 16th place. And the battle for number 1 driver really is on between me and Verline. We saw in Australia us battling an awful lot. I've scored the points so far in China, but he's been very, very closely matched with me. But now into turn 4, almost at the inside of Van Dorn, we force him out a little bit, make a little bit of contact with the front ring. Lucky not to lose any parts there. But now diving up the inside into turn 5 and just about force him out up into 15th place. And now onto the end of lap 12, we're pushing Alonso through this section. I don't know how, because the Sauber still has the worst chassis on the grid. But now everyone's pitting. Hulkenberg, Alonso, and a load of the other cars on the minimap you can see have all come into the pits. So this is going to raise them up loads, and hopefully the Sauber is slow, but it might be quick enough to not lose a net pit stop while they're on the fresher tyres. But now I'm up to 7th place, and Carlos Sainz is ahead of me, but we're losing touch with him already, so maybe not. Maybe the Sauber is really slow and we're absolutely screwed. But Verline and myself are really going to benefit here because all the AI are in the pits. And here we go, DRS has been enabled now. But Hamilton and Raikkonen are in as well. It's now a Toro Rosso 1-2 with Kvyat doing it for the Russians on his home turf and in the lead, and then Sainz in second with myself and Wehrlein in 3 and 4. And the Toro Rossos are still yet to pit, so it's a net 1-2 for myself and Pascal Wehrlein. Who would have thought we'd been saying that this early in the career mode? But Hamilton and Raikkonen are absolutely charging right behind us, and they're probably going to, well, they're definitely going to catch us up, let's be fair, as it is only lap 16. But now Wehrlein's catching me as well. We're going to go side by side. It's turn 1, come on, work together, Wehrlein. And we're almost slowing each other down, but not quite. And I've held him off for the time being. But Wehrlein, come on, work together. We've got a very good chance of some good points here. And Kvyat is into the pits now. But Raikkonen has overtaken Wehrlein, and he's probably going to overtake me as well with the DRS open on lap 17. But we're still second place at the minute, with Raikkonen just relegating me to third, unfortunately. And he's taken that position with a DRS. And Wehrlein also right behind is under pressure from, I believe it's Sebastian Vettel, or might be Lewis Hamilton. And that is something quite odd to see, as the Saubers were genuinely like 2 and 4, and we had a net 1-2 for quite some time in this race. But now Hamilton's going up the inside. I'm going to try and squeeze him into the wall, as this is for net position. We're not being lapped or anything, so I might as well make the most of it. And now Bottas is going to switch to the outside as well, and the two Mercedes have both absolutely banged on me down the straight. And now it's turn 2. Hamilton's locked up, he's gone straight on. We're going to nip it back up the inside and take back second place. Kimi Raikkonen has run away already, so I'm pretty much helping Raikkonen win this race at this point by holding up all his competitors. But now here comes Hamilton and Bottas and Vettel once again, and they're all going to get a DRS on me. I have no slipstream at all. Hamilton's already gone through, so has Bottas. He's going to try and challenge his team at Hamilton as well, so is Vettel. And Vettel goes alongside me and into turn, I don't know, 17 or something. Hamilton's locked up again, he's gone wide, and Bottas up into 4th or 3rd, and I'm still in second place somehow, holding off these front runners really. And Bottas now in his Mercedes is going to add DRS once again. I'm trying to force him wide over the curb, and Vettel is right behind as well. I think Hamilton's lost touch a little bit because he had a flat spot, but now there's a yellow flag ahead. Who is that on the apex of the corner? Bottas and Vettel have just gone straight into him. I'm going to have to go around the outside. And I've got illegal overtakes, which is a little bit annoying because there was a car there. And yes, I went off track, but they were going off track as well. So Bottas and Vettel I've got to let through rather annoyingly. And they're probably going to run away now because I can't dive point from back here. And now Hamilton is right behind me. And that is basically any chance of a shock. Well, I mean, and when I say shock, I mean shock podium. Very much against the odds in this Sauber. That's all chance of them gone. And here comes Hamilton going down my back straight, and he's going to go straight past me. And Verstappen's behind as well. He's caught up in his Red Bull. And can we dive up Hamilton? No, we can't. He doesn't lock up this time either. He gets his braking spot on, and Hamilton goes past into the straight. And Wehrlein is still in 7th place, so there's still a good chance of a Sauber double points if the midfield cars, the likes of the Force Indias and the Haas's, don't catch us up. But it looks like Wehrlein's already defending from them pretty hard. And now Verstappen's up the inside into the penultimate corner and takes that 5th place away from me. But we're down to 6th and 7th in the 2 Saubers. And points are still on the table, which would be another unbelievable result. But now Julian Palmer's overtaken Wehrlein, and Palmer is about to challenge me for 6th place. Palmer has never seen the heights of 6th. And here he goes down the outside, and he's going to go past me down towards the hairpin, the next corner, I mean. And Perez also down the outside, and we're going to try and dive it perhaps, but they've just got a little bit too much speed. Perez goes wide actually. We're going to nip it back up the outside and take that position back from the Force India, who got a podium here in 2015, as I said earlier. But now he's going to go back down the outside. I've got DRS off Palmer though, so maybe it's not a lost cause yet. We're trying to let him drag us along with making contact with his wheel rather dangerously, but we're still side by side into turn 2 and force Perez out and retain 7th place for the time being. But now Wehrlein is still in 9th, so he's holding up the other midfield runners for the time being. But there's only 5 laps remaining now, so can this happen? Could we get a double Sauber points? I don't know. But Wehrlein is going to have to do a job, and so am I. But I've actually gone wide around turn 4, and Perez is going round me outside. We're going to try and force him wide, side by side with the Pink Panther, and we just about hold him off and up into 7th place still. But on the very same lap, Perez is right behind me still, and he's going to have the Mercedes engine, and I'm in lean mix because my turbocharger really is struggling now, and I've got not much fuel left. And Perez easily gets straight past me, and Wehrlein's got the DRS as well. Is he going to try and go for a move? Hopefully not, because we're still trying to work together. But he doesn't go for a move luckily, and Perez just takes that position into 7th. And a few laps later, and Kvyat is right behind me now, and he has overtaken Wehrlein. So Wehrlein's down to 10th. The final points playing position is locked down by Pascal Wehrlein at the minute, but he's going to get overtaken, it looks like, on the mini-map. And so am I. Daniel Kvyat goes round the outside, and unfortunately relegates me to 9th, and Wehrlein is defending from Laurent Grosjean, the Frenchman. And Grosjean takes that position, but my turbocharger is on 87%, so that has really not gone very well. I probably should have replaced it. But now Grosjean is right behind me as well. He's got a very, very good run. He's going to switch to the outside. Can we hold him off? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. as Grosjean makes a lot of contact with me wheel to wheel, but he's just about forced it. I make contact with him, trying to just slow him up a little bit, a bit of dirty tactics there. We're going to dive it up the inside of turn 2, it looks like, and side by side with Grosjean, he holds it on the outside though. Very, very good move from Roman Grosjean, and our Lance Stroll in his Williams is right behind me. And he's probably going to get a good run through turn 3, as my Sauber has no downforce really, especially in dirty air if Grosjean ahead, and Stroll is looking to take advantage. I've run wide over the curve, so could Stroll take advantage here? And he is going to switch to the inside, it looks like, and Stroll goes up the inside. And we just about pinch onto the apex, hold it around the outside, but Stroll's still there, trying to force him into the wall, do a Schumacher to Barrichello, and unfortunately Stroll has made it through, and yeah, that's not gone very well for me. I'm down to 11th with Wehrlein 12th, so points are basically off the table. We've just been falling down constantly since the safety car restart really, and Wehrlein and myself now out the points, so the dream is over I think, and with 2 laps remaining it's just a case of how high we can end up, because Wehrlein's trying to overtake me. It's still a civil war between the Saubers, and he's overtaken me now, and so is Carlos Sainz. They're all going past, and Sainz is an ultra soft as he pitted very late as he stayed out under the safety car. But now I'm going to dive up the inside of Stroll. Wehrlein's locked up, we're going to nip it back up the inside. Wehrlein does a Hamilton, and we're back up into 11th, and that has got me a bit of breathing space as well. But here comes Sainz once again on his ultra soft, so my turbocharger not doing well at all, and Sainz goes up the inside, but we're around the outside, sorry, and we're going to dive it back up him and force him over the curb of turn 2. And we just about stay in 11th for the time being. We're now with only a lap remaining. We haven't been lapped this time for I think the first time. I don't know, we didn't get lapped in China, but one of the very few times this season we haven't been lapped so far. But Sainz goes around me outside. We're trying to hold on to him. Hulkenberg's right there as well. So can we hold on to 12th place, or maybe even get back into 11th? We're going to dive up the inside of Sainz, but we're basically just too far back. That's not going to happen really. Now onto the final lap. Hulkenberg is right behind me in the battle for 12th now, and points are well and truly off the table. Hulkenberg smashes into me a bit there, a bit rude from the German, and so is Ocon. Wow, the AI are really getting the shoulders out, and Ocon's going up the inside of Hulkenberg as well. And we're going to make it 3 wide almost into turn 2, and they both go wide. I think they were put off by each other, and I've nipped back up the inside. Back up into 12th place, but now down the back straight, and Ocon has the DRS open in his Mercedes-powered Force India car, and we're going to try and hold on to him. He puts his hand up in frustration, and that is, yeah, a bit rude from myself there, but now we're going to dive up the inside of Ocon into the next corner, lock up both brakes. It really doesn't matter what we do to the tyres at this point. It's the final sector now, and Ocon tries to get hold him inside, but we pinch him onto the apex, and now through the final sector there should be no more overtaken places really, unless I get a terrible run off here, which I haven't done, so it's a good run off that corner. And we've just about held on to this position. It's going to be the 12th place, which isn't that bad, but when you think we were in 2nd place at one point, it kind of is disappointing, but I'll take it anyway. 12th place in the Sauber is not that bad really, so yeah, decent result. And I don't know who won. I imagine it was Raikkonen, because of how much we helped him out after the safety car restart by just holding up the Mercedes and Vettel. And yeah, it is Kimi Raikkonen on the top step, with Sebastian Vettel making it a Ferrari 1-2, and then Lewis Hamilton in 3rd place. So Bottas unfortunately missing out. He's the championship leader at the minute, so disappointing for him is not to win his 4th in a row, as he's won the first 3, rather surprisingly. But he also had pole position here, so he's kind of bottled it there. It's not even been on the podium, but who knows what could have happened to him. But Vettel and Raikkonen, very good result for Ferrari. And let's see the rest of the results then. And Raikkonen celebrating as he often does, but not in real life because he never wins really. But now the Bottas 4th, Verstappen 5th, Perez, Palmer, Kvyat and Grosjean and Lance Stroll round out the points, with myself in 12th, and Verl ended up 16th, so didn't really end up that well, and we scored no points for Sauber. But 12th place is good for the countback if anyone else gets 2 points like I have, and unfortunately we're behind Magnussen still. But yeah, that's going to be unfortunate, but we're still 17th place. We're ahead of the McLarens and Pascal Wehrlein, who haven't scored points yet. Onto resource points and stuff, we get quite a few for a decent result. And yeah, that's going to be coming to the end of this video. If you liked it, then leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, comment what you thought about the video. This has been JY83, and I'll see you next time.